Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We'll talk. We'll talk about Super Bowl 53 coming up this week on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. We'll talk. We'll talk Browns. We'll talk Cavs. We'll talk some Indians, and all that great stuff. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question, and it's a Super Bowl trivia question. Who was the MVP of the first Super Bowl? And I'll have the answer later in the broadcast. Well, we are now just 5 days away from Super Bowl 53 on Super Bowl Sunday, February 3rd, between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Both the Pats and the Rams had media day yesterday, and coaches and players had a lot of fun talking to the media. And the Rams quarterback, C.J. Anderson, is looking for his second Super Bowl win. And Pats quarterback Tom Brady is looking to become a six-time Super Bowl champion. Now, the Pats are entering the game as the second seed in the AFC after an 11-5 season and playoff wins over the Chargers and Chiefs on the road in overtime. Now, the Pats had some bad losses to mediocre teams during the regular season, but they also had some great wins as well. Now, the Pats are a running game team, and sources at CBS Sports say that the Pats linebackers are going to be on the hot seat, and Brady has been in the Super Bowl many times. Now, Brady knows what to expect with the Rams on Super Bowl Sunday because he's been in the Super Bowl numerous amount of times. And I feel the Pats are going to find a way to really put points up on the board. Tom Brady is going to do what he does best. He's going to find the end zone. He's going to throw the ball to a player, get in the end zone, and put points up on the board. And the Pats defense and the Rams defense are pretty much equal, I feel. The Rams enter the game as the second seed in the NFC after a 13-3 season and playoff wins on the road over the Cowboys and Saints on the road, as I said, in overtime. The Rams had some bad losses against the mediocre teams during the regular season as well. And the Rams are really going to have to be ready for the game on Sunday. And I feel the Rams are going to use both running backs, Todd Gurley and Robert Woods. And I feel the Rams defense is really going to pretty much equal. But I said the Rams by mistake, but I feel the Patriots are really going to attack the Rams defense. And Brady will do what he does best, as I've just indicated. Brady will find the end zone and put points up on the board. And I feel that this is going to be a really close game, I feel, as I indicated before, between the Pats and the Rams. And now, keep this in mind. Bill Belichick has been in the Super Bowl 5 previous times, including this time. And he's 66 years old. And he is really... We don't know if he's going to retire, if he's going to keep with the Patriots or retire. And we don't know if Tom Brady is going to retire as well. We're not sure about that yet. And we're not sure. And his quarterback Tom Brady, I feel he's going to know what to do. He's going to know what to expect, and he's really going to, I think, have a great game and put up some big numbers, I think. And Jared Goff is going to put big numbers too. And I thought this is going to really, I think, come down to the final seconds to see who gets the win, whether it's a touchdown pass or a last-second field goal to see who gets the win. And tune in, and be sure to tune in this coming Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, February 3rd, as I will have a very special extended edition of Scott Sports 101, appropriately titled Super Bowl 101. I'll preview the game, and I'll preview the halftime show, which Maroon 5 is performing, and I also have Super Bowl trivia questions throughout this extended version. Relive extended great moments in Super Bowl history, and so much more. And it will all lead up to the kickoff of Super Bowl 53, which is Sunday at 6:30 on CBS. So please tune in for that. You're in for a great extended edition of Scott Sports 101, appropriately titled Super Bowl 101. And that will begin at probably at either 12 noon or 1 o'clock, either way. So look for it then. If not either 12 or 1 o'clock. So just look for it then. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. I really am. It's not too late to start talking about the 2019 NFL Draft and the draft picks the Browns have in this year's NFL Draft. The Browns have the 17th pick overall in the 2019 NFL Draft. And finding more quality along the defensive front will be the defensive front will be top priority for the Browns. Larry Ogunjobi is like a stud on the interior, but there is much lacking behind him and Trevon Coley, and is certainly not and they are both certainly not the answer. The defense could really improve under first-year defensive coordinator Steve Wilks with the addition of a playmaker on the interior. The prospect the Browns could have their eye on, and I feel they do, is on Clemson defensive lineman Christian Wilkins. Wilkins is 6'4", 300 pounds, and he really put up some big numbers during the college football regular season and with the Clemson Tigers, as well as in the college football playoffs, and as well in the national championship win over the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, I feel the Browns' offense needs a little work as well. We will find out who the Browns will take with the 17th pick overall and all of the other picks the Browns have in all 7 rounds, leading up to pick 255. Mystery relevant, who we don't know what team's going to get that one yet, but we will find out when round 1 of the NFL Draft kicks off on Thursday, April 25th at 8 p.m. on ESPN. And I will have a special 2019 NFL Draft edition of Scott Sports 101, and that will be called Scott Sports 101 2019 NFL Draft Edition, appropriately. And I will be on location for round 1, and I will be at the Murphy House, the home of my really good friends, Matt and Katie Murphy, and my special guest will be none other than my really good friend, who's one of my best friends, Matt Murphy. And we will break down the first round of the we'll preview and break down the first round of the NFL Draft and who we think that the Browns are going to take and what we think all the other NFL teams are going to take in the first round. And then I will have a recap for you after the first round has concluded. And I will have also draft editions of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round and 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds on Friday and Saturday as well. So please tune in for the Scott Sports 101 2019 NFL Draft Special Edition on Thursday, April 25th at 7 or 7:30 p.m. And that's another thing I'm looking forward to a couple of months from now. Well, we'll talk Cavs and Cleveland Indians in just a moment. But first, it is now time for the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who was the MVP of the first Super Bowl? And if you said Bart Starr, you are correct. Bart Starr was the MVP of the first 2 Super Bowls, regular season MVP in 1966, NFL Man of the Year Professional Player of the Decade, and the first winner of the Byron White Award. Starr led the Green Bay Packers to 5 NFL titles and 2 Super Bowl wins. He later served as head coach of the Packers from 1975 to 1983. I will have another trivia question on my next broadcast, which will be tomorrow, actually, as a matter of fact, so stay tuned for that. Now, the Cavs extended their win streak to 2 in a row. They beat the Washington Wizards at home at Quicken Loans Arena, 116 to 113. The Cavs were up 53 to 47 at halftime, and then they went up 86 to 69 by the end of the third, by 19 points at the end of the third quarter. Washington just struggled tonight, offensively and defensively. And in the fourth, it was all Cavs. The Wizards battled back, but actually it would be came up 3 points short as the Cavs went on to win by the final of 116 to 113. The Cavs go to 111 and to 11 and 41 in the season, and the Wizards fall to 21 and 29 on the season. Jordan Clarkson led the way with 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And not too far behind, C.D. Osman with 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. The Cavs will be back in action on Saturday as they will take on the Dallas Mavericks at home at Quicken Loans Arena. Tip-off is at 7:30 p.m. on Fox Sports Ohio. Shifting gears to the Cleveland Indians, fleet-footed outfielder Oscar Mercado is the Cleveland Indians' number 16 prospect after he was acquired from the St. Louis Cardinals at the trade deadline last year for Connor Capel and Jehan Torres. Mercado was a 2013 second-round draft pick out of high school by the Cardinals. Mercado was originally a shortstop. He struggled his first 4 seasons, failing to post a WCRC plus higher than 86, and as he advanced to a high A, but a move to outfield changed everything. And he had in his double-digit debut in 2017, he had a batting average of 251, and it was 381, and it was 428 lifetime. And then he, in his AAA debut in his stint in Columbus, he had a 251 and then 389, 428 batting average lifetime, and had a double-digit rate in his first stint, as I said, in Columbus. Now, Mercado poses an elite speed, strong defense, and a decent arm, improving contact ability and enough power to project double-digit home runs. He has stolen 33 or more bases from the past for the past 4 seasons since he and also hitting 13 home runs since he began playing full season ball. Mercado will have every opportunity to prove he can do the job in the outfield with the Tribe this coming season, this spring. And we are just a few weeks away from the start of spring training. Now, my final thought is revolves around the Super Bowl, and I feel I have not made my official pick, but I am leaning towards the New England Patriots because I feel everybody's going to want to see Tom Brady become a 6-time Super Bowl champion, and I feel the Pats are going to attack the Rams defense by far. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll have another broadcast tomorrow. I'll be back with you tomorrow. So until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.